Am I on? I'm now live. It's Monday. How are you today? I am fabulous. Um, as usual. So that's a good thing. I'm going to sit here and knit for a little bit and see if anybody shows up. I'm Sarah. I meant to jump over to my personal Facebook page and say, I guess I still could, and say, hey, did you know that I do a Facebook Live on Mondays over there on my business page? And then see if I could grab some more people that way. But I forgot to do that. So here we are. I'm just sitting here knitting. I have some things to do with you today. Maybe I will jump over. I don't know. I'll do it over here. You know that I like to not know what I'm doing. Let's see. What's on your mind? Hi, Sarah. What's on your mind? Hey, 2 viewers. I am typing over on my other Facebook page. Whoops, no, I'm not. Did you know that I'm doing a Facebook, this will just take a second, live thing. Oh, it put thing up there. Right now on my Sarah Peasley page. Question mark. Whoops. Question mark. Come find me! Exclamation point. Okay. I'm right now. Oh, Seta. That's not my name. I'm not Seta. Crap. Oh, now I messed it up. Okay, hang on a sec. I spelled my name wrong. I used a T instead of an R and I got Seta. At least it wasn't Satan. S-A-R-A-H-P. Whoops. God, I can't even spell. There we go. P-E-A-S-L-E-Y, comma. It's not finding me. All right. Hi, having fun yet? Ooh, I have a comment. Okay, hang on a sec. On my at S-A-R-A, there it is, space, come find me, post. Okay. Hi, how are you? Nice to see ya. Hey, B Wardrob. Nice truncated last name there. That was hard. Yeah, so I just thought I'd go tell everybody else, except the 3 of you, that I'm over here doing this and see if anybody wanted to watch. So the first thing we're going to do today, you're going to be really excited about this. We're going to make a phone call. And I don't know if you'll be able to hear it because I'm on the thing. And also, did I used to have a fuzzy thing here? Because I'd swear I had a fuzzy thing there on the end of my microphone, but I don't know. So we're going to make a phone call. You ready? Well, my phone has to recognize my face. Here's our phone call. Phone. I don't actually know how to work the phone. Right here. Speaker.
Bingham County Circuit Court's interactive phone system. Please enter your candidate ID.
My candidate ID.
Candidate ID is the 10-digit number found
2, 3, 4. Okay.
Please enter your birth date. Please dial the 2-digit month. Please enter the first 5 digits of your zip code.
Can you hear this?
For general information about jury service, including directions to the court, press 1. If you have been summoned for jury service and would like specific information about your service, about reporting instructions, please press 2. Please select from the following options. If you would like to update your personal information, press 1. If you would like to hear your status, press 2. If you would like to hear these options again, press your reporting instructions. You are not currently scheduled to report. Continue calling them.
Okay. Phew. So I don't know if you could hear that. I'm on jury duty this week, or on call for jury duty this week, and I'm supposed to. Hi. Oh, interesting. Um, yes, I have to call at 5 o'clock after 5 o'clock p.m. The day before every day to see if I have to go in, and so I forgot all about that. But I remembered at like 10 o'clock Friday night, which is you're supposed to call after 5 o'clock on Friday for Monday. So I called and they didn't need me. So it's after 5 and I just called and they don't need me tomorrow. So I get to stay home and edit. Yay. Hi, Jennifer. Um, Huzzah. I mean, are we supposed to celebrate that we're not going to do jury duty? I get so stressed out. I get so stressed out about it. So I'd rather stay home. But I also got an email today and a from the jury people, the court, I suppose that's called, and a text telling me that they sent me an email. So in case I missed it, telling me about all the COVID safety policies and that if that there's sanitizer and masks and I can get more masks and a face shield and hi Marilyn and yeah, and that if I've been around anybody or if I have worsening symptoms, I don't have to go. But I'm not going to lie. Um, but yeah, so that was the first thing I wanted to do, mostly because it's after 5, and then I remembered. So I called today. Yay! I have to remember to call all the other days. So no jury duty tomorrow. So somebody has to actually work at their desk job. Today, I did not work at my desk job. I might still work at my desk job tonight, and I'm falling farther and farther behind. But today I drove my tax information to my accountant for 2020 taxes. So yay. And I got there and I'm like, why is the parking lot so empty? And the reason is because they're closed on Mondays. So there's a Dropbox outside that's secure for documents. And I'm like, eh. And there was one car behind the building. So I called the number thinking, if I can figure out who's there, I can get them to come take these papers from my hands. I was not going to leave them in the safety lockbox thing. I mean, if I had a hammer, I could open that thing up. So I called and I got the recording and it said, we're not open on Mondays. I'm like, oh, that's nice to know. And then it said, dial the extension of your accountant, your person. And I'm like, I don't know the extension of my person. And they said, and here's the list of the extensions. So I listened and I hit the one for my person and she answered the phone because that was her car in the back. So she came and took the papers out of my hands and thanked me. I said, hi, this is Sarah Peasley. Were you hoping to hear from me soon? And she said, yes, I was. I was about to call you. So I am very happy. I still have to, probably answer a couple of questions and then go back to my accountants and sign something and start writing checks because 2020 taxes, I just finished them. So I'm sure I owe something, but that's okay. I've been socking the money away. It's okay, but that was harder than it should have been. Yeah. So that's mostly done for now, as done as it can be. Jennifer says, I like jury duty, but never get called. And yeah, even though it's good, it's disruptive. Also, people. Yeah, and pandemics. The first time I had to serve was at the court in Mason, and it was a peeping Tom case. And I was like reading up on, how to be a juror and trying to memorize, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what I was trying to memorize. I was scared. And I was scared. Nervous. I was younger. I was probably in my 30s. And it was a peeping Tom case. And there was some stuff, we did the thing. We started the trial. And then there was a lunch break. And everybody went to Burger King. Everybody went to Burger King. The defendant and the not defendant went to Burger King, and all the jurors went to Burger King, and everybody was at Burger King. And then we came back from lunch, and the jurors went in the jury room. And I believe at the time, I don't know if I was allowed to have knitting then or not, but I was probably still reading literature and trying to memorize it. And we were in there for a really long time. And then after a while, hours, somebody came back and said, you can go home. They settled. And it turns out that the guy who was peeping on the girl had been peeping on her for all the time, forever. And everybody in that courtroom except the jury knew that. So it was obvious that he was guilty. And he finally just said, yeah, I did it again. So that was fun. And then the second one was in Ingham on Kalamazoo Street, the Ingham Circuit Court or whatever it's called. And that's where I'm calling in for now. I forget what that one was. Maybe I don't remember. So there you go. Yeah, prosecutor. No, the prosecutee, the bad guy, the girl and the peeping Tom were both at Burger King. I swear. I don't know. Plaintiff in a, yeah, the plaintiff. There you go. I don't know. Everybody was at Burger King. I don't like Burger King. I'm not a fan of Burger King, but that's where we all went. So that was fun. So we made our phone call. Yay. We being, me. And then we opened the mail. So I got some mail today, and I thought I'd share it with you. Whenever I see my name really big like that, I know it's from Jane. If you know Jane, she has the most beautiful, happy laugh ever. And she's an artist, and she's having an exhibition. Okay, from November 5th to the 23rd. Retread Art is the name of her studio. Ebullient, if that's how you say it, is the name of the exhibit. Mixed media collage, that's the kind of thing she does. There's an artist statement and all kinds of information about Jane in there. She has included a beautiful little, there's always something. There's a, what's this called? A bookmark. On the back, it has her information. So there you go. You can look up Jane at retreadart.com. She's from Michigan. And there's little beads. Oh, it's got a stitch marker. It's a safety pin, but it's, the stitch marker kind of safety pin. And some, sparkly, who doesn't like sparkly stuff? So I now have a bookmark from Jane, and it came in a little folded up piece of paper. And then here's the information about where it is. It's at the Charles Stewart Mott Community College in Flint, the Fine Arts Gallery. And I want to go. So if anybody wants to go, let me know. Through the 23rd of November. Oh, wait, we're still in October. Holy crap. I was thinking that we were in November, but anyway, I'm going to put that on my calendar. So that came today. Yeah. Her stuff is amazing. And I've known her for a long time, and she has the most amazing laugh. And her hair is always colorful, very colorful. I saw her recently at, must have been the yarn shop. I saw her recently at the yarn shop. Defendant. Yeah. Is it possible that he was at Burger King? I don't know. I think everybody was at Burger King. It's just, I was so scared. I don't know what was going on, but it turned out okay. And then, the one in Lansing on Kalamazoo Street. That one, there was a guy that was running away from the police, and he ran into the open back door of a woman's house. The police followed him in and tased him in her living room. Tasered. Made him fall down. And I remember, and then I don't have any other recollections. So there was all kinds of stuff going on with that. But I don't remember what happened there. My cat is meowing. Hi, sweetie. Anyway, we made a phone call, and we opened the mail. So there we go. And we dropped off the taxes. So we ran our errands. Last week, what? Do you want to say hi? Do you want to say hi? Come here. She's very large, so give me a minute. Oh my God. Ugh. This is Sam. There's Sam. Look up. Look here. Say hi to the nice people. Yeah, that's Sam. She's a she. Yeah, she says hi. I don't know if you heard that. Okay. and her claws are very sharp. Are you going to sit here? All right, we're going to put Sam down now. She said hi, special guest appearance. She's my coworker, one of my coworkers. She has her own office with her break room and her it has a little break room for snacks, and it has a restroom. Hi, I know. And she just hangs out in there, and it's got artwork with cats in it because the dog must be downstairs because she's all over me. Because if she didn't have her own office for all of those things, then the dog would eat her food and her poop. So she has a cubicle over there all to herself. Okay, and you guys are saying things. I can see the number going up. Oh, new comment. Floof, yes. She is, it's not a blanket though. She's probably part Maine Coon. She was a feral cat. She was in the woods of my now ex brother-in-law's on his property, and when she was of age, he brought her down. It's an hour and 15-minute drive, and handed her to my son. So we had a new cat. And my son named her Sam. I don't know why. I used to think I knew why. I thought I knew why. And I would tell people and they'd say, oh, that's interesting. And then when I said it in front of him, he's like, that's not why. But I don't remember if he told me why. Brain didn't work so well. So last week, we were working on the sweater, and I have the bottom done. Can you see it? The black has been put on in place of a gray ribbed border that had worn away a little bit. So now it's black. I sewed the seams since we last spoke because I was going to sew them on camera, but it's too dark. So it's upside down. You can't see it's too dark, but it's right here. Whoop, right there. There's the inside. And here's the other one. I sewed that one too. Right there, right here. It's perfect. You can't even tell. So those are done, and I wove the ends in, so go me. And last week, I know that I somebody's lying on my feet, and the somebody is very warm and soft. I duplicate stitched this bit. That was the easy one. And then I screwed up this side. So after we spoke last week, I redid this one. Where the hell is it? I don't know. Okay. I redid this one. It's over here. And so now it looks like stitches. So yay, that's a lot better than it looked last week. But it's still really thin all around it. So I'm still going to duplicate stitch a lot more of the surface to beef it up. You can see that it's kind of thin. You can see my hand through there. So I'll beef that up with a number of rows of duplicate stitch. Then I can call or email. I don't actually call people. Who am I kidding? There. Call or email or whatever and tell them to come get their giraffe sweater. I always call it the giraffe sweater. And then that'll be out of my life. So that's that. I didn't do anything more on the blanket with the strips because I kind of want to think about it a little bit more. Because it didn't used to have a ridge and now it's going to have a ridge, it's going to be sewn together more securely, but I'm not positive they're going to like those ridges. So I might back off and still sew it more securely, but do it a half stitch in, which I hate to do, but do it a half stitch in instead of a whole stitch in. So it's not as ridgy on the inside, on the back side. So we'll see. I'm just going to have to, revisit. So it's it's marinating right now. But she has contacted me. I don't know if it was after Monday last week, after we spoke. And she emailed or texted or something and said, "Oh, by the way, we're going back to Boston earlier than planned. So could we get it earlier, back earlier, the Afghans?" And I said, "I've already started working on them, so that shouldn't be a problem." And then I didn't touch it. But there you go. Yeah, so that's sitting. The giraffe blanket, it's not a blanket, the giraffe sweater, so close. Um, and then I was going to show you, I was going to work on this with you for a little bit today. This is the very long, it's not a blanket, it's a wrap. This person is going to be very warm. And I don't remember if I had made it. I don't think I had. This is the first repeat. Let's see. There's 6 blocks tall. This is a block. So 1, 2, there we go. 3. Wait, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there should be a pin there. That's the first repeat. There's 6 blocks in a repeat. And then I was trying really hard to get to the second repeat done. Get the second repeat done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's the top of the second repeat. Yes, me. And then look, I'm into the third repeat by all of this. So well on my way. It's a total of 3.5 repeats. So more than halfway done. And the halfway mark was here. I did mark the halfway mark. So I think I was trying to get done with the halfway mark maybe last we talked. I don't remember. But well past that, well on our way. I just thought you'd like to see how much fun this thing is. I'm going to take a little sip. I feel like that was fuzzy. Hi. And if it was fuzzy, where did the fuzzy part, like foamy, like padded? And if it was, where did that go? And did the cat eat it? Or the dog? Good progress. Thank you. Okay, so this is the doohickey, the wrap. And I'm going to do this thing that I do so that you can watch. And I'm sorry it's upside down. I'm not sorry it's upside down, but it's upside down. And I'm in mid-row. And I just thought I'd finish this row and start the next row. We're going to have to do some spit splicing, so that will be exciting. And I just, and there's some Sarah hair in case the woman wants to remember me forever. And I don't try to detangle things all the time, but usually at least once or twice in a sitting. But see if I can do this so that you can see it. So it's from block to block, it's intarsia. So I have the intarsia join thing going on between the big blocks. And then across the little blocks, it's ferrule. It's just carried across. And I don't have the original pattern. I just have a photocopy of part of the pages of some of the pages of the pattern, but it's from a book. And so I don't have the how-to part of the book. And I found out later that I think I'm not doing it the way that it's recommended to be done, but I'm okay with that because I like the way I'm doing it. And at the halfway point, I looked at the yarn and I'm going to have plenty of yarn, so it's okay. But I'm finished knitting across this aqua and pale mungy blue block, and I'm pulling up the slack from the next. Okay, phew. The next, and there's more Sarah hair. Oh, crazy. The next block is medium blue and the peony. Do you want to have a tour of the colors? Let's have a tour of the colors. We're going to have a tour of the colors. So we have A through L. We have this one. This is called zinnia. These are all Rowan felted tweed. And then we have pink bliss. And some of these, like this one, maybe this one, this is a K Facet design, and he is very color oriented and he's very Rowan yarn oriented. And a few years back, a new collection of a new subset of Rowan felted tweed came out under his name, and it was actually brighter colors. Most of the Rowan felted tweed is, I think, munge. Munge is a good word, like mungy browns and mungy yellows and mungy greens and mungy blues, and mungy grays. I don't know what munge means. You know, what you might find on a forest floor. This one's called Barbara. I don't know why. Pink Bliss, what did I say? That was Zinnia, Barbara. I'm trying to do them in the order that they appear in the chart. Iris. This is Iris. It's a pretty purpley blue. I don't know if the purpley part's coming, like periwinkle. Let's call it periwinkle. So Iris. And then the turquoise. There's the turquoise. So that's A, B, C, D, E. And F is the electric green, which is a very nice, I don't know, dark spumoni. I made that up. And then Vaseline green. I don't know why it's called Vaseline green. It's more of a hospital green, a darker hospital green, but not as dark as this one. What did I just say this was? Spumoni. Oh, so maybe that's like pistachio. I don't know, but it's called Vaseline green. Oof. And then there's lotus leaf, which is a gorgeous, I think this might be an older color, but it's a gorgeous green, foresty green. And then peony, which is a pink that goes toward the purpley side. We'll call that a blue pink. I don't know. And then here we go with our blues. We have, so that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So J, K, L are Seafarer, which is a dark blue. And then Delft, which is the mungy light blue. And then Sea Salter, which is a pretty medium blue. So this is like faded denim or acid wash denim, not quite. Kind of a new denim, a little more blue than that, and then an indigo dye. So these are the last three colors, and they're very, you know, it's blue. It's blue, blue, and blue. So those are the colors. Yeah. I just started a new ball of orange. I just started a new ball of peony. This is my second ball of Delft. And there you go. And there's a border that's going to be done with that darker blue, and then all finished, and then another border around that that's going to be the lotus leaf. And those are crocheted, and I'm not looking forward, I mean, I'm looking forward to that, but that's just in the future. So, here we go. So I finished the turquoise and Delft. So the original purchaser of all this had set this up for me, which is what I'm looking at as my cheat sheet. And you know what? I keep thinking I should accidentally pulled this one out. So let's go in and get it. Well, while you're here, you can help me. There we go. Where'd you go? Are you there? You're still there. Ooh, something happened. Okay. So I'm forcing this hook in under the Scotch tape, and I'm getting the, well, not very well. I'm not getting the, whoops, don't take the whole thing, Sarah. Oh, crap. Where's the undo button? I need the undo button. Well, that didn't work, but now I have to do it the other way. Okay. You know what? Let's get smart. Let's go down this way and pull the loop up. You know, there's just so many things to do in life that are unexpected. So there we go. We'll call that good. All right, so that's better. And then I lost you again, but you're still there. See, I fixed it. Oh, gosh. All right, so I just got through the turquoise and Delft. And now I'm going to start, so those two strands go to the left. This is the intarsia part. And the next two strands are the sea salter and the peony. And here they are waiting for me. So they come up from underneath because that's intarsia. And because it's also fair isle, I just decided to always put the first color on the knit side. I'm putting the first color, so in this case peony, in my left hand and the second color in my right hand. Normally I would do that because of dominant and recessive colors. That's not why I'm doing it here. I mean, it is, but dominant and recessive aren't really a factor here, but I'll show you why in a minute. So I'm doing two-handed Fair Isle now, and they're all 5 squares across. Not 5 squares. Well, they are actually, but 5 stitches. So now I'm doing my two-handed Fair Isle, knitting the first color, which was not the one I'm doing now. The first color, this one with my left hand, so Continental. On the second color with my right hand, so Throwing. And I work my way across. Starts and ends with the same color because there's an odd number of little squares. And then I'm done with that block. So I grab those two colors, the peony and the sea salter, and I pull them to the left. It's probably not your left. And I pick up the new colors, these colors from underneath, and these, woo, and they're kind of short. And it's the last block of the row. And these colors are the dark blue, which is Seafarer, and the purpley blue, which is Iris. And the first one is Iris. So I'm going to put that in my left hand. And these come up from underneath the colors from the previous block. So those go to the left on top. These come up from underneath. And that makes sure that I don't have any holes between the blocks. Now what I do have is really wacky tension, which will hopefully get figured out when I block it. Like these guys, kind of wacky big stitches. It's okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the first color, and then I give a little tug to the colors that I put over so they're not, so I'm trying to keep a good tension where this interlocking bit is. And I'm going to have to spit splice. And here comes the second color, the Seafarer. You know, and also they're all blue in their Seafarer, Sea Salter. It would be nice if they had different names. So when I'm restocking at the shop and it says, you know, you sold some Seafarer, you might want to get more. I'm like, what color is Seafarer? It might be a blue. Okay, so this one is my next color, but it's going to run out. So I'm going to spit splice some more to it. This is, so sometimes in Intarsia, you want to use bobbins. I don't use bobbins. And sometimes you want to use just the whole balls of yarn and just have them, you know, they make a tangled mess in the back. So do bobbins. So I usually just leave the strands hanging. And I try to not have really long strands hanging. And actually back in the day, and I'm talking like the 80s, maybe the 90s, I'm going to go with, Bram, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but Kay Fassett, who does a lot of this color stuff, would just rip off 2-yard lengths. And by rip off, I mean break off. And then, I don't know, he didn't weave in his ends very well, I can tell you that. And then what I just did was unplied about an inch. This is a 2-ply yarn, this felted tweed. And I unwrapped about an inch of it and broke one of them off. This is the Iris. Let me find our Iris. That is not that. And I do a lot of this in partial darkness at night. So I'm like, is this Iris? I don't know. That's the Iris. And I have occasionally spit spliced the wrong color and done a few rows and then realized I had done the wrong color. So that's very sad. So here's the end of the new strand. And I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to untwist it a little bit. This 2-ply for about an inch and break off one of the strands. It's very loosely spun, so it's easy to break off a little bit. So this one has a long strand and a short strand, and this one has a long strand and a short strand, and I'm going to lay them in opposite directions. And I guess what I'm really trying to achieve is to have two strands all the way through, you know, the two original over here and the two original over here, and then the two made from the broken off pieces here, but I always overlap it more than that. What the hell? And then you daintily spit into your hand. Don't look. So that's spit from my mouth. And then you put that in the spit and rub them together. And what we're doing is felting. So we need moisture, which was the spit, and agitation, which is me rubbing my palms together, and then heat or cold, extreme temperatures. So I'm doing it till my palms get warm. And there it is. It's kind of felted. And then I just like twist it in the direction it was already being twisted. You know, the rest of the yarn is spun and twisted, plied, whatever, in that direction. So there you go. And I could pull it apart if I want, and then I wipe my hands off. And I could pull it apart if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Let's see. First color, left hand. Okay. So I carefully, because it's still wet and could still come apart. And when it's dry, it could still come apart too. But I carefully knit through it. And, you know, nobody's ever going to pull on that strand. It's now going to be a serpentine, so it should be safe. So there you go. And I'm going to have to do this one pretty soon too. There. Oh, I made it all the way to the end with that one. And this has a nice fresh 2-yard length on it. And then I, so that I'm keeping the same density or depth or thickness, I guess, this double thickness, all the way to the edge. I bring this this dark blue, even though it doesn't have anything to do with these 5 stitches or 5 stitches, I bring it over and knit the last stitch with both strands. And that's what was not in the directions originally. But that way, everything's the same thickness. There's another word. And when I block it, I'll be able to pull this all out nice and flat. And I think that's what's going to get rid of the kind of wonky stitches that are a little bit bigger. And then I'll, when I crochet the edge, you know, that will make those edges look really nice. I can show you the, did I show you that? That's what I did. Because otherwise I'd be working from that. No, thank you. So here's the wrap. And you can sort of see the border. So there's some of the dark blue and then some of the forest. It's not forest, Sarah, it's lotus leaf, but I keep calling it forest. So, you know, I guess it's called forest now. So, and then I can show you the back is this lovely series of carries or floats. And if I keep having the same color in one hand and the other color in the other, then they are nice and spread out. And if I'll give you there's an asterisk to that. And if I screw up, let's find one where I screwed up here, because I screw up occasionally, then there'll be little clumps of 2. See how there's little clumps of 2 there? Because I didn't put them in the right hands. And who cares? But overall, I'd like it to look nice. So there you go. And the fun part about doing Fair Isle flat, which I don't recommend. Oh, no, I do have to. Is that if you're working Fair Isle flat and you turn and go the other way, you have to put the yarns in the other hands. So when you're knitting, the way I knit anyway, when you're knitting and you have a yarn in your left hand and a yarn in your right hand, the yarn in your left hand will be carried below the yarn in your right hand. And then when you purl, if you purl the way I do, it's the opposite. So I have to switch which hands hold which colors. No, I'm not getting paid enough for this, but I am still really enjoying working on it. So here's my beginning of my purl row. I won't do much more than this. But I want to spit splice again for you because now I need the dark. And look, it's too short. So you get to see my spit some more. Oh, there's Clara. So here I am. Everybody's napping. Ugh! I cut my nails, and so that's not helpful. Eh, eh. There. That's kind of it. Okay, so about an inch separated. There we go. And break, I just pulled it right off. This is the dark one. So I'm digging around in my basket. Hi, Sam, for the dark one. Which I can't find. Is it still up here? No. They hide from me in the basket. How big was the dark one? Oh, here it is. It was hiding in the shadows because it is the dark one. Okay, and then I just pull, pull, pull. And then I pull, pull, pull. About 2 arms lengths is about 2 yards. Break it right off. Untwist. Open it up. Take off about an inch of one of the 2 plies. Find the other end. Okay, so I've got them both broken off. Put them back together with some overlap. Spit. Oh, that's really juicy. That's all right. And then agitate. And sometimes you look and like it moved. So you want to check on it. Woo, there you go. I'm going to wipe my hands off because wow, that was some spit, man. And then I always like to give it a little, it's like I'm finishing it off. Maybe, maybe not. The little twist. Woo, so we're definitely soaking this puppy with some wool wash for a long time. And so pearl side, first color goes in the right hand, second color goes in the left hand, and now we're off and running. You can feel the wet part going through right now. Yum. I'll get to the next color change and go a little bit past that, and then that'll be it. And I have to say, I am really enjoying doing this. It's a big, huge project. I'm not getting paid for the amount of time I'm spending on it, and that was a choice I made. I will not make that choice again, but I am enjoying making it. It is a beautiful thing. The yarn is gorgeous. I love Fair Isle. I love Intarsia. I can't wait to get this thing blocked. I think it'll be really fun to be steaming it and let it all go, watch it go into shape and watch the stitches all even up. And I'm not even too upset about weaving in the ends because I've been spit splicing most of it. So there's really, for each block, there'll be 4 ends, the beginning and the end. And I'll just get into a rhythm and watch a movie. So here I am on the purl side changing colors, and then I'll complain about weaving in the ends because I'm complaining about everything these days. So here's the old colors, or the colors from the previous block, and I put those to the left. And I pick up the new colors, get some slack, and I put the first color in my right hand and the second color in my left hand because it's the purl side. Make sure I'm crossed over, and off I go. And then just give a tug to make sure that my line of color change stays over there. And that float is long enough. That it's not, if this color change happens, if it's not over here, it's going to drift over here, and then it's not going to be snugged up correctly at the color change. And then I just work my way across like that. So you've seen the Intarsia part and the Fair Isle part and the spit splicing part and the very end part. And you've been introduced to all the colors. And this is, I'm more than halfway done. And I'm moving along. I'm sad when I find out that I've spit spliced the wrong colors, but I usually catch it fairly quickly. The last time I caught it, it was like the second row in. I think it was this block actually. I think it was the second row in here or up here, and I caught it the second row up here. So I actually ended up, I tried to drop that section down and redo it, and I could have, but I didn't, it wasn't fun. So I ended up taking the whole thing down 6 rows, which it was fine. You know, I was back up in foamy. Oh. Um, what? Oh, Radio Shack. Okay. Looking at the Felted Tweed color card. Yep, K facet colors are very nice. There was another collection from a woman who's a quilter, I believe. Well, he's a quilter too, but there was another collection from somebody more recently than that. But yeah, I will look for the. I noticed when I rewatch these that sometimes I'll, you know, and I'll hear some air on the doohickey, but technical terms. Oh, I found it. It's right here. Hold on. Hold on. I found it. This is probably very noisy. Is that better? I found it. I did lose it. I did have one. I did lose it, and I found it. Huh. Okay. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. We made a phone call. We opened the mail. We talked about my taxes. We looked at the repair that I did, and I still have to finish up. And I walked you through a couple blocks of the giant wrap. So that's it for me. I know it's less than an hour, what the hell, but that's it for me. So I will probably see you next Monday, if not before. And you know, I did have a question for you. I just taught 3 classes for stitches over the past weekend, and I currently have 0 classes scheduled. And I'm thinking about putting some up, you know, on the Zoom, not through Stitches. And I just wondered what you'd like to see. And do you think you'd like to see class-wise? And do you think you'd like to see a little project-oriented classes, or confidence boosting, like a hat or a pair of mitts, or, you know, that would have a technique involved, a little bowl, a headband, a pillow, a bag, or would you like a confidence building thing like reading your knitting and preventing and fixing mistakes, picking up stitches? Yeah, I guess that's my question. You want little project things that teach you like cables, or Fair Isle or Intarsia, or double knitting, or entrelac, or do you want little things that wouldn't necessarily make projects, although they could, but they would mostly be like picking up stitches, maybe sewing some seams, reading your knitting, mistakes. What are the other things? Things like that. So if you want to tell me, that'd be great. And if you watch this later, not live, you're welcome to still weigh in, because I still check the comments. So that's what I'm wondering. So I'm done, and I'm gonna go sit on my rear end and work on this wrap, because that's working, right? It's not editing, but it's still working. Oh, and oh, sorry, that was loud. I watched a movie the other night, 2 nights ago, that I really liked. What was it called? I don't know. Let's find out. Oh, here. It was called This Beautiful Fantastic, which is weird. This Beautiful Fantastic. It's from 2017. Uh, the our heroine was Jessica Brown Findlay, who I'd never heard of before. Our hero, one of our heroes, was Tom Wilkinson, who I am familiar with. And it was a lovely, lovely movie. So I highly recommend 2 thumbs up for this beautiful, fantastic. This beautiful, fantastic. I watched it on Prime. It's available on Prime. And it has 5 stars on Prime. So there you go. Out of 5. Okay, I am going away now, and I will see you a grab bag class, fixing mistakes and drops in complex knitting and weaving in ends. Well, like a series of classes. Oh, weaving in ends was another one. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So maybe a series of, um, yeah. Okay. I will get some classes out. First, I have to get caught up on my tech editing and finish this wrap. And I did my taxes. I don't have to do my taxes. Phew. Phew. I might have to do jury duty though. So I will see you guys next week. Without further ado, bye.